scythe, H-E-G in the scythe, M-A-Y in the scythe. Everyone anchor up, turn everything on. Get your drones out on field, get your drones out on field. I've broadcasted the primaries once they're done.
You are on Ospreys and Scythe, switch to scan res.
Okay, L-U-K in the scythe is primary, H-E-G in the scythe is secondary, M-A-Y in the scythe is tertiary. Okay, I've not even getting these guys.
Check. Sort by range. Sort by range.
H-E-G is primary. H-E-G in the scythe is primary. M-A-Y is secondary. H-E-G in the scythe is primary. M-A-Y is secondary. M-O-R in the scythe is tertiary. M-O-R in the scythe is tertiary. M-O-R in the scythe is tertiary. G-E-O in the scythe is fourth. G-E-O in the scythe is fourth. H-E-G is primary. H-E-G is primary. M-A-Y is secondary. M-A-Y is secondary. M-O-R is tertiary. M-O-R is tertiary. M-O-R is fourth. M-O-R is fourth. Tackle, get me tackles on things. H-E-G is primary. H-E-G is primary. H-E-G is primary. Guys, afterburners on while you anchor up on Mala. Afterburners on while you anchor up on Mala. M-A-Y is primary. M-A-Y is primary. M-A-Y is primary. K-A-I is the new fourth. K-A-Y is the new fourth. M-O-R is secondary. M-O-R is secondary. M-O-R is primary. K-A-I is secondary. M-O-R is primary. K-A-I is secondary. C-H-A is tertiary. C-H-A is tertiary. T-A-O. T-A-O is fourth. T-A-O is fourth. Anchor. 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 Okay, K-A-I is primary. K-A-I is primary when you get them locked. K-A-I is primary when you get them locked. K-A-I is primary. K-A-I is primary. C-H-A is secondary. C-H-A is secondary. T-A-O is tertiary. T-A-O is tertiary. Yes, we are. K-H-A. K-H-A is fourth target. K-H-A is fourth in the Scythe Fleet issue. K-A-I is primary. C-H-A is secondary. T-A-O is tertiary. Afterburners on, afterburners on. C-H-A is primary. C-H-A is primary. C-H-A is primary. C-H-A is primary, T-A-O is secondary, K-H-A is tertiary, and S-A-S is fourth. S-A-S is fourth. S-A-S is fourth.
Everyone should be anchored up, afterburners on.
T-A-O is primary, T-A-O is primary, K-H-A is secondary, K-H-A is primary, S-A-S is tertiary, S-A-S is tertiary, C-O-P is fourth, or is the new tertiary. K-H-A is primary. S-A-S is secondary. C-O-P is tertiary. C-O-P is tertiary.
Your security status has been lowered.
Alright, S-A-S is primary. S-A-S is primary. S-A-S is primary. S-A-S is primary.
E-War, switch off to DPS ships. Their Logi is doing jack shit. We're alphaing them.
Fleet
COP
sort
is
by
secondary.
names. Fleet sort by name.
COP is secondary. COP is secondary. COP is secondary. VER is tertiary. VER is tertiary. VER is tertiary. ION is fourth. ION is fourth. SAS is primary. SAS is primary. COP is secondary. COP is secondary. VER is tertiary. VER is tertiary. And ION is fourth. ION is fourth. COP is primary. COP is primary.
Your security status has been lowered.
COP is primary. VER 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 is primary. ION. ION is secondary. ION is secondary. ION is secondary. DAR in the... Nope, that's too far fucking away. Fuck that. BRI in the Harbinger Navy is tertiary. BRI in the Harbinger Navy issue is tertiary. MAL is fourth. MAL is fourth, also in a Harbinger Navy issue. ION is primary. 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 BRI is secondary. BRI is secondary. BRI is secondary. BRI is secondary. DFE in the Hugin is fourth. DF whatever in the Hugin is fourth. ION is primary. ION is primary. BRI is secondary. BRI is secondary. MAL is tertiary. MAL is secondary. BRI is primary. BRI is primary. DFE is tertiary. DFE is tertiary. DFE is tertiary. MIU is fourth. MIU is fourth. MIU is fourth. BRI is primary. BRI is primary. BRI is primary. MAL is primary. MAL is primary. MAL is primary. DFE is secondary. DFE is secondary. DFE is secondary. MIU is tertiary. MIU is tertiary. MIU is tertiary. THE in the Vexor Navy is fourth. THE in the Vexor Navy is fourth. THE in the Vexor Navy is fourth. MAL is primary. MAL is primary. DFE is secondary. DFE is secondary. DFE is secondary. MIU is tertiary. MIU is tertiary. THE is fourth. THE is fourth. MIR is fifth. MIR is fifth. MIR is fifth. Primary is MAL. Primary is MAL. Primary is MAL. MIU is primary. MIU is primary. THE is secondary. THE is secondary. MIR is secondary. THE is primary. VON is tertiary. VON, the Hurricane Navy, is tertiary. DRP is fourth. DRP is fourth. DRP is fourth.
Check. EWAR, anchor up on the gate. EWAR, anchor up at the gate, orbit 30. Le Petit has to bail for a second. They're trying to kill me.
MIR is primary. MIR is primary. MIR is primary. MIR is primary.
Okay guys, swap to sorting by distance. Swap to sorting by distance.
MIR is primary. MIR is primary. MIR is primary. DRP is secondary. DRP is secondary. VON is secondary. DRP is primary. DRP is primary. VON is secondary. VON is secondary. MAN is tertiary. MAN is tertiary. MAN is tertiary. TARG is fourth. TARG is fourth. TARG is fourth.
Your security status
DRP is primary. DRP is primary. Guys, shoot the primary before you shoot the secondary. DRP is primary. VON is secondary. MAG is tertiary. TAG is fourth. USK is fifth. USK is fifth. USK is fifth. DRP is primary. MANG is secondary. TARG is tertiary. And USK is fourth. USK is fourth. MAG. MANG is primary. MANG is primary. MANG is primary. MANG is primary. TARG is secondary. TARG is secondary. USK is tertiary. USK is tertiary. KANK is fourth. KANK is third. TARG is primary. 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 USK is secondary. USK is secondary. I need to figure out the fuck I'm locking. And KANK is third. KANK is third. JPO is fourth. JPO is fourth. JPO is fourth. USK is primary. KANK is secondary. USK is primary. USK is primary. KANK is secondary. KANK is secondary. JPO is tertiary. JPO is tertiary. LUC is fourth, LUC is third, LUC is tertiary, LUC is tertiary, KANK is primary, KANK is primary, JPO is secondary, JPO is secondary, JPO is secondary. JPO is secondary, JPO is secondary, KANK is primary, KANK is primary, KANK is primary, LUC is secondary, is tertiary, tertiary, LUC is tertiary, JPO is secondary. I fucking lost my own order somewhat. ELE is fourth, ELE is fourth, ELE is fourth, KANK is primary. JPO is secondary, JPO is secondary. LUCR is tertiary, LUCR is tertiary, LUCR is tertiary. JOP is primary, JOP is primary, JOP is primary, LUC is secondary, and ELE is tertiary. EGR is fourth, EGR is fourth, EGR is fourth, EGR is fourth. JPO is primary, LUC is secondary, ELE is secondary, ELE is secondary. LUC is primary, LUC is primary, LUC is primary. LUC is broadcasted again, he is primary. ELEN is secondary, ELEN is secondary, EGRE is tertiary, EGRE is tertiary. SKYTT is fourth, SKYTT is tertiary. Eleanor is primary, Eleanor is primary, Eleanor is primary, Eleanor is primary. EGRE is secondary, EGRE is secondary, EGRE is secondary. With Skyte is tertiary, Skyte is tertiary, Skyte is tertiary, Eleanor is primary, Eleanor is about to die. EGRE is primary, EGRE is primary, EGRE is primary, EGRE is primary. Skyte is secondary, Skyte is secondary, Skyte is secondary. And Edward is tertiary, Edward is tertiary, Edward is tertiary. LORK is fourth, LORK is fourth, LORK is fourth, LORK is
We should be
fourth.
spreading tackle right now.
Tackle, spread, tackle, get tackles on things, tackle, spread
Spread
on tackle.
points.
Skyte is primary, Skyte is primary, Edward is secondary. Edward is secondary.
Again, tackle spread points.
LORK is tertiary. LORK is tertiary. LORK is tertiary.
Guys, you only need to broadcast your shield once. It takes us about 15 seconds to lock you, and then another like 10 seconds before the reps hit. So please only broadcast once.
Edward is primary. 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 LORK is secondary. LORK is secondary. MIA is tertiary. MIA is tertiary. MIA is tertiary. MIA is tertiary. LORK is primary. LORK is primary. LORK is primary. MIA is secondary. MIA is secondary. MIA is secondary. Jan is tertiary. 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 Everything on LORK. LORK is primary. Everything on LORK. Everything on LORK. These two are demoses. We want to down them. These two are demoses. Are damnations. Ewar on the Guardians. 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 Ewar onto the Guardians. Ewar onto the Guardians. Jan is primary. 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 Everything on Jan. Everything on Jan. Ewar on the Guardians. Ewar on the Guardians. Everything on Jan. Everything on Jan. Everything on Jan. Everything on Jan. ZENO is secondary. ZENO is secondary. ZENO is secondary. TARA is tertiary. TARA is tertiary. TARA is tertiary. Jan is primary. Jan is primary. Xeno in the Ferox is secondary. Xeno is primary. Xeno is primary. Xeno is primary. Terra is tertiary. Is secondary. Terra is secondary. Terra is secondary. King in the Demos is tertiary. King in the Demos is tertiary. King in the Demos is tertiary. Xeno is primary. Xeno is primary. Xeno is primary. Ewar on the Guardians. Ewar on the Guardians. Ewar on the Guardians. Xeno is primary. Terra is secondary. King is tertiary. Xeno is primary. Terra is secondary. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. King is secondary. Captain is tertiary. Captain is tertiary. Captain is tertiary. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. King is secondary. Captain is tertiary. Captain is tertiary. MATU is fourth. MATU is fourth. Terra is primary. Everything on Terra. Everything on Terra. Ewar, I need Guardians jammed and locked down. I need Guardians jammed and locked down. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. Terra is primary. King is secondary. King is secondary. Captain is tertiary. Captain is tertiary. MATU is fourth. Everyone on Terra. Everyone on Terra. Everyone on Terra. Everyone on Terra. Swap to damage drones. Swap to damage drones. Swap to damage drones. These guys have a lot of reps. We basically need to blast these fuckers off field. King is primary. King is primary. Guys, follow primaries. Do not shoot secondaries and tertiaries until the primary is dead. Switch to antimatter. Switch to antimatter. Switch to antimatter. King is primary. Switch to antimatter. King is primary. Switch to antimatter. King is primary. Following primaries, guys. Follow primaries. King is primary. King is primary. Swap to antimatter. King is primary. 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 Everybody unlock Terra. Everybody unlock Terra. Unlock Terra. Unlock Terra. Unlock Terra. King is primary. King is primary. King is primary. Everybody anchor up on Matre. Anchor up on Matre.
Everyone swap to Motre. I've been alpha off field.
Everybody anchor up on Matre. Everybody anchor up on Matre. Everybody hit King. Hit King. Hit King. Hit King, hit King, hit King. Everybody, Captain is primary, Captain is primary, Captain is primary. Captain is primary, Captain is primary. MATU is secondary, MATU is secondary, Captain is primary. MATU is secondary, Captain is primary. AJG is tertiary, AJG is tertiary, AJG is tertiary, AJG is tertiary. Everyone in Captain. Everyone on Captain, everyone on Captain. Everyone on Captain, everyone on Captain, anchor up on Matre, afterburners on. Anchor up on Matre, afterburners on. Everyone on Captain, everybody on Captain, everybody on Captain, everybody on Captain, everybody hit Captain. Hit Captain, kill him. Hit Captain and kill him. Hit Captain and kill him. MAT is primary. 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 AJG is secondary. AJG is secondary. AJG is secondary. Tribal is tertiary. 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 MATU is primary. MATU is primary. AJG is primary. AJG is primary. AJG is primary. Tribal is secondary. COEN is... What's next? Tertiary? HHG is primary. HHG is primary. Tribal is secondary. Tribal is secondary. COEN is tertiary. CEON is tertiary. SHEN is fourth. SHEN is fourth. Follow your broadcasts if you are worrying about shooting the right one. Primary is AJG. AJG is primary. Tribal is primary. Tribal is primary. Tribal is primary. Tribal is primary. CEON is secondary. CEON is secondary. Sheen in the Zealot is tertiary. Sheen in the Zealot is tertiary.
Check. Switch to, Anchor up on Le Petit. Anchor up on Le Petit. Primary is going to be, the Demos of TAR. Primary is Demos of TR.
No.
Tackle, spread. Matre is still
Keep on tribal. Keep on
Oh.
tribal.
Keep on tribal,
CEON
guys.
is primary. CEON is primary. CEON. Tackle, spread the fuck out. Grab these things. Tackle, spread out and grab. Tackle, spread out and grab. CEON is primary. CEON is primary. Sheen is secondary. Sheen is secondary. Pika is tertiary. 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 Sheen is primary. Sheen is primary. Sheen is primary. Ellie space S. Ellie space S. That's literally his fucking name. What the fuck? Lee Sotul. Sheen is primary. 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 Pika is secondary. Pika is secondary. Sheen is primary. Pika is secondary. Lee is tertiary. Lee is tertiary. Lee is tertiary. Sheen is primary. Tackle, spread out and grab. Tackle, spread out and grab. Sheen is primary. Pika is secondary. Lee is tertiary. Sheen is primary. Pika is secondary. Lee is tertiary. Pika is primary. Pika is primary. ZLA is tertiary. ZLA is tertiary. Pika is primary. 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 They are smart bombing, guys. They are smart bombing. Pika is primary. 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 Lee is secondary. Lee is secondary. Zalata is tertiary. X, whatever the fuck is. The last one I broadcast is tertiary.
This guy.
That dude. By the way, while we're sitting here fighting in Tidi, it is a great time to local stand. Pika is primary.
Pika. Keep hitting Pika, guy.
Pika is primary. 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 Everybody hit Pika. Come on, guys. Come on. He's not dying. Why isn't he dying? Alright, I'm pulling us away. Alright, Lee is primary. Lee is primary. Lee is primary. Lee is primary. Everybody unlock Pika. Everybody unlock Pika. Everybody unlock Pika. Everybody hit Lee. Everybody hit Lee. Everybody hit Lee. Lee is primary. Lee is primary. Everything on Lee. 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 And Chris in the Guardian is secondary. Chris in the Guardian is secondary. Chris in the Guardian is secondary. Guys, make sure you're anchored up on Matre. Anchor up on Matre. Anchor up on Matre. Chris in the Guardian is secondary. Lee is primary. Lee is primary. Lee is primary. All right. Chris in the Guardian is primary. 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 Yuma is secondary. Yuma is secondary. Yuma is secondary in the Guardian. Yuma is secondary in the Guardian. Tackle, grab these guys. Tackle, grab Guardians. Tackle, grab Guardians. Tackles, grab Guardians. Tackles, grab Guardians. Tackle, grab Guardians. Tackle, grab Guardians. And any tier 3s you see.
And maybe the command ships.
Yeah, and the command ship. Tackle everything. Fuck it. Ignore the hacks, though.
Tackle the fanciest looking things.
Spread them out. Everybody on Chris in the Guardian. Chris in the Guardian. Yuma is secondary. UMA is secondary. Chris is primary. Mr. Hyde is tertiary. Mr. Hyde is tertiary. Mr. Hyde is tertiary. Yuma is primary. Yuma is primary. Yuma is primary. When you get the chance, swap to thorium. When you get the chance, swap to thorium. When you get the chance, swap to thorium. Yuma is primary. Mr. Hyde is secondary. Mr. Hyde is secondary. Mr. Hyde is second. AZ is fourth. AZ is tertiary. AZ is tertiary. Yuma is primary. Yuma is primary. Switch to thorium. Switch to thorium. Switch to thorium. Yuma is primary. Yuma is primary. Yuma is primary. Mr. Hyde is secondary. Mr. Hyde is secondary. AZ is tertiary. AZ is tertiary. AZ is tertiary. Yuma is primary.
in a different comm channel.
Everybody on Yuma, everybody on Yuma. Mr. Hyde is secondary, Mr. Hyde is secondary, Mr. Hyde is secondary, Mr. Hyde is secondary, Mr. Hyde is primary, Mr. Hyde is primary. Mr. Hyde is primary, Mr. Hyde is primary, AZAZ is secondary, Pilla is tertiary, Pilla is tertiary, Mr. Hyde is primary, Mr. Hyde is primary, Mr. Hyde is primary, Mr. Hyde is primary. AZAZ is secondary, AZAZ is secondary, everyone on Mr. Hyde, Pilla is tertiary, Pilla is tertiary.
They're warping out, looks like.
Grab tackle on tier 3s and guardians, tackle tier 3s, guardians, and command ships. If it looks shiny and it's a fancy name, grab it. AZAZ is primary, AZAZ is primary, Pilla is secondary. Oh wait, Pilla's gone, hold up.
Yep, there's the warp.
Tackle, tell me what you got. Tackle, tell me what you
fast
got.
tackle
Everybody,
in front of them.
everybody melt AZAZ. We're gonna have to wait to see what's still on field. Ryanaldo in the Proteus is secondary. 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 Good, everything else on field will die.
Did we get the damnation?
We got both of them. Hold tackle on everything that's left, guys. Hold tackle on everything that's left. Ronaldo is primary. Ronaldo is primary. Ronaldo is primary. Secondary is going to be... Oh, nope. LORK and the Damnation. LORK and the Damnation. With PVD and the Drake Navy tertiary. Good. Get tackle on anything that's left on field, guys. If it's still on its own field, I want it held. Damnation is secondary, damnation is secondary, damnation is secondary, damnation is secondary.
You are spread point. Ewar, keep your points. Keep your points. Primary is the.
Just keep points.
Just keep points. Do whatever you're closest to.
Alright. Damnation is secondary. Damnation is secondary. Whore on the Drake if you want it, but he's dead. Damnation is primary. Damnation is primary. Damnation is primary. Damnation is primary. Melt that damnation. Everybody good fight in local, please. Put GFs in local, put GFs in local, put GFs in local.
7-0 in local, 7-0 in local.
Logi. How did we hold? Logi, how did we hold?
I could answer
Good.
your question, but 10% tie-dye makes that rough.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is that you guys need to understand that we have about 30 to 45 second lock times with tie-dye, and in that time you can broadcast like 5 or 6 times and it's not going to help us lock you any faster.
Broadcast once, don't broadcast again. Alright, guys, free fire on anything that's left, stay anchored. Stay anchored, but free fire on anything that's left after this damnation is dead. Damnation first, and you are free fire.
And there's my heart on.
Free fire anything that's left on field. You will not reach the Pilgrim, don't try.
Pilgrim's damp.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
Welp.
They're a little late.
So, the first fleet we engaged was RVB. The second fleet we engaged was Stunning Spaceships. And, Dunk! Dunk! There's a test mantic. Oh, he's warping away. Damn.
Who said too bad we didn't get anything? Cause, yo.
Yeah, we didn't kill anything, guys.
Yeah, man, this is just up failure all around.
Up failed.
Right click self-destruct.
No content.
Get your drones on the stiletto if you can.
No idea how much just died. A lot.
Kill those pods. Some of those pods are lockable.
They take like 45 minutes to lock, though.
They also take like 45
Guys,
minutes to warp,
again, I would actually like to request everybody, even if you are not streaming with comms, if you're streaming at all, 10-minute delay. Even if you are not streaming comms, they will know who you are locking up, meaning they know who's primary. Everybody, pull drones.